I'd like to close by speaking about Alphonsus's spirituality of mission. We've seen how his gospel spirituality is like a double-edged sword which comes to a point in mission, a spirituality of mission. And we've also seen how that emphasis on mission is even present in the very way in which he develops his approach to meditation. The way I'd like to approach this spirituality of mission is by looking at Alphonsus's title as, in Latin, Doctor Zelantissimus, or Most Zealous Doctor. Alphonsus wanted his congregation of priests and brothers to be an apostolic community of saints. He wanted them to have great zeal for souls. And that zeal had to be manifested by being extremely focused on the one thing that was necessary. He wanted them to be single-hearted. It's interesting that one of the gospel passages from the Beatitudes, Jesus says, "Blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God." Purity of heart is another way of talking about single-heartedness. He didn't want them to have a divided heart. He wanted them to have a heart that was totally focused on the mission of preaching the good news of Jesus Christ. And if that heart was not focused on the one thing that was necessary, they would not be effective in their missions. For Alphonsus, preaching was the great means of the Redemptorist missionary endeavor. But preaching was not just through the spoken word. Preaching for Alphonsus was also manifest through the written word and also by our deeds. And probably it is by our deeds, that personal witness, that personal testimony to the gospel of Christ, that verifies and forms the foundation of the words he said, the words he wrote. So it's important to remember that preaching for Alphonsus involves our mission outward, but also it involves holiness and sanctity of life. The personal holiness of the Redemptorist, priest and brother, is intimately related to the mission. It is by striving to having a zeal not only for the souls of others, but for our own souls. It is by becoming holy that God, working within our hearts, enlivens the words we preach, the words we write, enlivens our very lives. And by doing that, we become a leaven for the world, a leaven for the world's ultimate transformation. And so in closing, Alphonsus's gospel spirituality is like a double-edged sword, a spirituality of heart, a spirituality of practice, but focused on a spirituality of mission which manifests itself through our lives of prayer and also through words which are written, which are spoken, and which are lived.